suggests that actually faith or belief is a tool. So if you hold it permanently in your hand, this is the permanency of it, meaning um, it's as though you're working as I don't know why it comes up as a diamond selector, and you have to actually you- let's say you get the stone, and you have to actually hit it with a very particular tool on a very particular point in order for it to open, in order for it to split in the right way. So it suggests that faith is actually sizzle or tool which has in it light, yes, which has in it its well, maybe tool is too it's a laser beam, but in terms of working capacity, working ability, in order to cut through, in order to be able to every time on each state or each sense, thought, feeling that comes up within the work, you will apply this tool upon it. Okay? So it goes to the very core of the question why actually there is to go forth, because why actually there is a need to tell Avraham to go forth if he already moved.
Yeah.
He already moved from Ur Kasdim. Okay, he already moved from what is called Auschwitz fire. Okay, it seems to be a method how to get rid of the presence in human of let's say the shred of difference or a shred of different approach. So it has to do with the left side. It has to do with that which rebels, okay, which is Nimrod. So the flight or the plight of Avraham and his family already happened. So after that, after they moved away and they are getting into a point of, let's say, a different point, which is called Haran, which has to do with the judgment of the left, okay, with wrath. Yeah? It has to do with wrath. So they get there. So only there is some sort of the ability to hear that it's actually Providence opened only there. So actually it's a backstairs understanding, meaning what is awakened in Avraham, he's not Avraham yet, in Avraham is the ability to see Providence, to perceive Providence, to perceive that the movement from Ur Kasdim to Haran was as well part of the action of the higher, not something that it's fate or something that happened because of human powers or human movement, but it's part of the plan. So being able to see that actually enable Avram to hear the new edict, which is how to treat his awareness, how to treat his consciousness, how to start the journey of his spiritual consciousness. So, and the way that he can move, or sort of the roads that are paved, that are able to pave this movement, are called belief. So this is It's the
In Hebrew?
pathways. It's the pathways that that allows us actually to move above our limitation, above our perception, to include the perception of the higher in ourself.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first time within um, the human story that someone, not only someone, two people, Sarai and Avraham, are able to actually perceive it, and not only to perceive it, but to convey to others,
Mm-hmm.
because they are moving away from Haran with all the souls that they have made. Right?
Mm-hmm.
והנפש אשר עשו בחרן, meaning that they were not only that it was for them, it became conductive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the way to go about it now, if we say, well, it's misunderstanding. If we misunderstand Nachman, Rabbi Nachman, it's as though it's a simple belief, meaning something that is wholesome, something that has no doubt, that has no question. Uh, so usually we put the modern state against that, which is, let's say, is being represented more by Levinas, okay, which is a doubtful thinking, sort of struggling consciousness with faith. I think Avraham is not that and not that. Is being very conscious um, of the doubt, very conscious of the way that he needs to struggle, and the way that we are aware that he's struggling is the way that he's asking to separate himself from Lot.
Hmm.
Yeah, he cannot bear what Lot represents, but he need to actually join and move with Lot. He cannot separate.
Hmm.
And Providence actually force them to come together again. Actually, you need to fight for him. Yeah, and you need to go into war because there is some sort of commitment um, to that part that always argue with us, the leadership that always argue with us
Mm-hmm.
concerning how to perceive the light, how to actually use it.
Yeah.
Uh, they're saying without faith. Yeah, it's we were designed like this, so we deserve it. Okay, we deserve the light, um, and everything. And if there is a condition to it, it's a condition that will allow us to control it. So let's say I will use bestowal in order to get what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is the dispute, but the dispute actually clarify and makes cleaner Avraham's state and declaration of self. It's not that there is no debate. It's not that there is no inner conversation. Actually, it's about conversation. It's about an inner conversation, but there is, even when in the weakness of oneself, uh, there is a strength, and the strength is using that tool of faith. So
Mm-hmm.
taking it and saying, uh, okay, now I can go forth. Now I can do it. Now I can do the next step from where I was positioned. It's true to any state that we're in. If the world is in the state that is in, now we need to look at it like Avraham. If we are in sort of a state of, which is very similar to the judgment and the fury, one can say, of judgment is felt in our reality. we can say, we can look how to escape from it, or we can look at it as part of Providence trying to assist us in elevating our perception about ourselves and about our role in reality, our role in relation to, let's say, the Creator's plan. So this, so there is a debate because there is a perception that is saying, well, everything is evil, and if there is power, it will always be misused. So I need to run away to a better place where there is less pressure upon me. But the state of Avraham is a state where if the spirit is awakened, the question is not why it happened to me. The question is actually what is being offered to me to actually continue my growth or continue the growth of the spirit. This is what I see as a barrier, as how Avraham is able to read the barrier. Okay, so if he's reading it as something that happened to them, he's missing. He will not hear Lech Lecha. Okay, so it's as well. There is another side of it, and it's a dangerous side. It's a very delicate line in what Avraham is doing. He's making the creator personal. Is his creator. It's not the creator. It's his creator. Now, it's borderline with making it what we call idolatry.
Yeah.
Okay, but if actually what keeps us on our toes is faith.
And his
Because
name
if
gets
I make it my God, because you can hear people saying, that what happened to them in the bank or in the traffic, it has to do, really, they occupy God with every detail of their life. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is what I'm saying. It's a very delicate line. Okay, so it's maybe the line that is being suggested. If there was a conversation between Rabbi Nachman and Levinas, this would be in the middle line. Okay.
So permanent doesn't mean whole. It means ever present.
It means, I don't know even if I would use permanent, although this is a translation, but I'm trying to get a better word.
Great.
Constant.
That makes great sense.
Constant.
Yes.
This is almost as well in a formula. It's the constant. Okay, where I can pick it up. After this, it needs to have a very lively conversation within me, but it's not a permanent state. It's a constant tool that I will apply to this conversation and to resolve the conversation.